Think of the problem of predators on Roblox.
We think of it not necessarily just as a problem, but an opportunity as well.
Uh, did anyone else hear that? I mean, what is going on at Roblox? I feel like uh, there used to be like always kind of a problem with weird people on Roblox, but in the last like couple years, it's just been crazy. And then the Roblox CEO has gone on this whole pedo bear escapade, and I've always hated Roblox. I've been like a D1 hater of Roblox, and I've never had a good reason. I'm glad I was right. I'm glad I was right. I don't understand how anybody can support this man. Now, obviously, I'm sure Mrs. Dave Baszuck's kids didn't actually mean that they're like an opportunity, like they like them, but I think he meant more that they're just an opportunity to um I have no idea what he meant. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't understand what that sentence was, but I will say I am so excited for this Chris Hansen documentary because like they've been denying him interviews and stuff, and it could not look worse, especially when the average Robloxian's profile looks like this.
Hell no!
Seriously though, can we just acknowledge how crazy it is that the GOAT of pedophile catching came out of retirement just for Roblox? Like, that's how you know you have an Avengers level threat. When Chris Hansen, who's like 60 or something, comes out of retirement to just kick your ass.
How do we allow young people to build, communicate, and hang out together? How do we build the future of communication at the same time? So we've been, I think, in a good way working on this ever since we started.
David, this is what your platform looks like. What do you mean you're doing a good job? Now, I know I usually stick to VR chat, and I probably will stay in my little corner more often, but this is insane. I mean, Roblox is huge. It's like a Fortnite competitor, and that game was massive, still is. Mostly, even though it's ass. I, I, what is going on? And the CEO is just throwing it all away to harbor kid diddlers. And let me just say, Roblox isn't even as half bad as VR chat. So, Chris Hansen, please do something about VR chat too. That game needs to go.
To now, I believe we recently said self-reported almost 2/3 over 13, and we can see those numbers growing and growing. Like fastest growing segments on Roblox are 21 and up right now.
Or at least people who say they're 21 and up.
Yeah. Now, I think those numbers have a fair amount of current efficacy. We're obviously balancing those with the age estimation because we want a tighter estimation. But just looking at the size of the cohorts and the growth rates, there's a fair amount of accuracy to that.
So, he said most people playing Roblox are 21 and up. But that data is self-reported, and when asked if that data was accurate data, he said yes, because there's a lot of it. Like, maybe there's just a ton of little iPad drooling children lying about their age, David. Just because there's a lot of people reporting being over 21 doesn't mean they're actually 21. The number of people reporting has nothing to do with it.
Last year, activist fund and short seller Hindenburg Research came out with a report arguing, among other things, that Roblox was, quote, compromising child safety in order to report growth to investors. One of the things they pointed to was that there had been a decline in your spending on trust and safety. You have denied that. Why? What did they have wrong?
So fun. Let's keep going down this. And so first off, Hindenburg's no longer in existence, correct? So you should report on that. They went out of business for some reason. The other thing is, have you researched that information? Because you're asking me about this. I'm curious if you've done your own research.
I have done some research about.
And what's your take on that?
Well, I'm asking you.
So it's really interesting because I think we're diving into a situation where we're getting better. But would you ask the same situation of someone who converted from maybe hyper manual labor, making cars by hand, to an assembly line? The assembly line might be infinitely better and at the same time not have so many people. So I think what they're referring to is moving more and more and more to AI.
Okay, so I mean that was just crazy. When he was first asked about the Hindenburg report, he immediately starts off by saying that they went out of business, clearly in some like attempt to try and make it seem like they're unreliable or something. And then he strawman arguments into whether that guy has researched those numbers, and then he flips the question back around to the interviewer. I mean, it was just a masterclass in avoiding the question. Luckily, the interviewer had some brain cells, and he didn't let Mr. Dave Baszucki's kids do that. But it's crazy how hard he was trying to avoid that question. I'm honestly like terrified for the real answer because he just says it was because they were spending less because they were using AI. But I don't know. I don't know.
And say we figured out the best way to do that is to do it with better and better AI models. Would you pick that?
Yeah.
Good. So you're aligning with what we did. High five.
But I've also been covering
Thank
social
you,
networks.
thank you for supporting. Thank you for supporting
But
our Roblox decision matrix.
I also
I'm
remember
so glad
15 years ago
I'm so
when.
glad you guys are aligned with the way we won Roblox.
Right. I
High
also
five.
remember 15 years ago when Mark Zuckerberg was saying.
Is this a stealth interview where actually you love everything we're doing and you're here to stealthily support it?
We were told you wanted to come in and talk about your new age gating technology, so we thought we'd get into it.
Let me just finish this.
Yeah.
I totally buy what you're saying about using the best technology on the market to keep people safe.
And I want to highlight, I came here because I love your podcast and came to talk about everything. So if our PR people said, let's talk about age gating for an hour, I'm up for it. But I love your I thought I came here to talk about everything.
Got it.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about steal a brain rot too. That's part of my plan here too. But just to finish the thought, like I
mean, Jesus Christ! If you thought David was angry at the last question, he just goes off the rail on this one. Starts like practically yelling and doing the whole like, do you guys secretly love me? Like, is this a secret like support? Like, dude, no, calm down. And I mean, he just cuts that guy off like so many different times. It's insane. He got so angry. He got so fired up from the interview, and then he tried to calm the situation down by starting to say about like, oh, how much he loves the podcast, so that if they keep being mean, they look like the assholes because he just complimented them. I don't think he realizes it's not working. We know. But that's all I have for today, and I'll uh I'll see you later. Yup.